Next, again, I would like to ask Mr. Nasri about what are the biggest challenges organizations face when trying to implement IoT solutions? And how do modern IoT platforms help address these integration issues at a scale?
Yeah. So this is a very good question. And those who are actually engaged in projects, initiative, they sense, they live these challenges. And it becomes really an obstacle for them to deploy or execute. But one of the main issues is sometimes you face this legacy infrastructure that dictate the deployment or the implementation of successful IoT. You will see a lot of projects that they have these devices that they are locked, they cannot integrate, they cannot communicate, and it becomes an issue. And you cannot just go and replace everything. Sometimes you need to think in a complementing strategy rather than a replacing strategy. So a platform that comes with probably a device agnostic, or they comes with an open protocol, they help at least to deploy these things. But again, by talking with and opening protocols and opening APIs and everything, a new challenge comes, which is the data privacy, which is the security issues. And of course, it's a solution out of a challenge, but then you face another challenge. And when it comes to data privacy or security, it's really becoming very challenging for you. So you have to tackle another things. Now, you mentioned about the investment and about the fund and about the cost, because these projects are costly, are not cheap. This is not like deploying an application. But actually, such a project, they don't start because of the cost, but they also don't stop because of the cost. The challenge here is not only how much it costs. The challenge is to be able to justify the ROI out of these use cases. And it does not come only by doing a simple calculation. There are a lot of hidden costs in which the IoT can help you to really increase productivity and optimize. So these are like serious challenges that they dictate the deployment and the utilization of the IoT.
Again, I couldn't agree more. We face the similar challenges because for a customer, it's always very important to definitely prove the ROI. And like you said, there's a lot of things that are tangible and some things that are, or I would say even more things that are intangible, because you truly see the benefit on a longer term. So when you deploy IoT solutions today, you may not see the value immediately, but it comes over time because it will help improve your operations, it will improve your efficiency. So those costs over time pretty much combine all together, and then that's where the ROI is really justified. And that's something we always work really hard to try and explain to the customers.
Yeah, I would just like to add one more point, and this is out of my personal experience. For the past 10 years, we have been working with so many projects. You know, Cumulocity is a world-leading IoT platform with hundreds of customers. So we really face the transition and the revolution of IoT. So one of the main challenges is that when you actually start a project around the IoT, it does not start and finish in one use case. You will see the appetite of increasing more and more and more. So the aggregation of multiple use cases, just to give you the helicopter overview, help you to have the visibility on where I can optimize. So platforms need to be scalable. So it's not about building a very strong use case that it can be there. I mean, many of those vendors, they applied the same. But the ability to scale and to expand by aggregating data coming from sensors, devices, or assets, all the way to the application analytics without any latency, become an essential to have a proper IoT strategy. Otherwise, you start something, and you will not be able to roll it out, or you'll not be able to consume it. And sometimes, which is the main focus now, you cannot either democratize it or monetize it. And these are essential.
Exactly. I think we've pretty much outgrown single use case platforms. No. It's now even more essential to have platforms with multiple use cases, because that's then when you can really leverage that ROI that we're all discussing.